Imagine coming to America with nothing but a dream and changing the world forever. This is the story of the immigrant who did exactly that. His name was Nikola Tesla. In 1884, an unknown young man stepped off the boat in New York Harbor. All he had was a revolutionary idea about electricity. With just a few dollars in his pocket, this brilliant mind began a relentless pursuit to change the world. He envisioned a future lit by alternating currents flowing through every home and business. But there was a catch. This new type of electricity had never been seen before, and powerful forces were determined to keep it buried. Can you guess why? This is the incredible true story of Nikola Tesla, a man so far ahead of his time. His genius inventions were hidden from the world for over a century. Number 3. The visionary immigrant. Nikola Tesla was born in modern-day Croatia in 1856. From an early age, he was fascinated with machines and how things worked. When he was 5 years old, his father gave him a book about electricity. This sparked his interest in science. Tesla read everything about AC power, studied circuits, and built simple devices. By the time he finished high school, he already knew more than most electrical engineers. Tesla's mother wanted him to become an engineer like his father, but he had other plans. He dreamed of inventing a new type of electric motor that could bring light and power to the world. So after graduating high school, Tesla enrolled in the University of Graz in Austria to study electrical engineering. Here he learned advanced math and physics, which helped him develop his ideas for new inventions. Despite being brilliant, Tesla struggled financially throughout college. He often went hungry and slept in parks, but he never gave up. After graduating in 1878, he got a job working for a telegraph company in Budapest. This is where his big break came. While walking home one night, Tesla had a sudden realization. He figured out how to build an AC motor. Excited, he ran to the nearest store and bought some materials. Then he went outside and started drawing circles in the sand with a stick. He continued making circles until he reached his apartment. On the way, he had sketched over 100 different designs for the AC motor. When Tesla woke up the next morning, he raced back to the beach to find his sketches. But the rain had washed them all away. Frustrated, he repeated the process and spent days drawing, losing, then redrawing his inventions. Finally, he had a complete design. Number 2. Revolutionary inventions. After completing his first AC motor prototype, Tesla secured funding from a wealthy businessman named Charles Protector. Together they formed a company called Tesla and Protector. Unfortunately, the partnership didn't last long. Protector wanted to focus on direct current or DC systems while Tesla wanted to build AC motors. So the two split ways. Tesla returned to Paris in 1881 to continue his work independently. Here he built a small AC generator and impressed some French investors. They provided Tesla with enough money to open his own laboratory in New York City. With this new space, Tesla built a larger AC generator and conducted experiments on wireless energy transmission. One day, Tesla noticed that a nearby radio transmitter was interfering with his experiments. To block the signal, he built a resonant transformer circuit that amplified the incoming waves and sent them back to the transmitter. This created a massive spark that shot 13 feet across the lab. Not knowing what to do with this discovery, Tesla filed a patent and labeled it a high-frequency transformer, aka the Tesla coil. Around the same time, Tesla invented a bladeless wind turbine inspired by the wings of a bird. He also discovered that high-voltage electricity could travel through the air, which led to his invention of the modern neon light bulb. At this point, Tesla was filing multiple patents a month, many of which would become the foundation of our modern electrical grid. But despite all of these inventions, no one wanted to invest in AC power. Everyone believed that DC systems were the future. Even Thomas Edison refused to believe that alternating currents could be used to power homes and businesses. No, the American dream realized. In 1885, Tesla got a call from a friend who told him that Thomas Edison was looking for a new chief engineer at his company in New Jersey. Tesla applied and got the job. He was excited to finally meet his idol. But the meeting quickly turned into a nightmare. On Tesla's first day, Edison walked into his office and said, "I want you to test this man's generator." Confused, Tesla asked, "Whose generator?" Edison pointed to a man standing awkwardly in the corner of the room. It was George Westinghouse, Tesla's former business partner, Charles Protector, and the person who funded Tesla's move to America. Realizing that Edison had set him up, Tesla tested the generator anyway. It was amazing. The machine produced perfect sinusoidal waveforms without any noise or distortion. But this still wasn't enough to convince Edison to switch to AC. To make matters worse, Tesla and Edison soon became rivals. Both men were determined to win the war of currents, and the competition was fierce. Tesla even challenged Edison to a public demonstration, where each man could showcase the power of his system. Not wanting to participate in a childish contest, Edison declined the challenge. Instead, he tried to discredit Tesla and prevent him from getting investors. Despite all the setbacks, Tesla's friends and family encouraged him to keep going. He just needed one big win to prove that AC was superior to DC. Lucky for him, George Westinghouse was watching Tesla's demonstrations and saw the potential of his inventions. Westinghouse approached Tesla and offered to form a new company based on AC technology. The two quickly signed a deal and began building a network of investors. Soon, the AC Association was formed and its stock began trading on Wall Street. With all this new funding, Tesla opened a state-of-the-art laboratory in East Pittsburgh. This is where he developed the induction motor, which is still used in modern-day appliances like refrigerators and washing machines. He also perfected his AC system and sent the first long-distance transmission through the air. All the attention was now on Tesla. Journalists from around the world traveled to Pittsburgh to witness his inventions. One reporter described the atmosphere in Tesla's lab. "The air is alive with electricity. The very atoms seem to quiver and dance with excitement." Before long, Tesla's inventions were powering factories, streetcars, and even homes. People marvel at the bright lights shining from windows, something that had never been possible before. After proving his worth, Tesla decided to become a U.S. citizen. He renounced his Croatian citizenship in 1888 and officially became a naturalized U.S. citizen in 1891. He loved America and believed in its potential. "I feel," said Tesla, "that my future is here, my heart is here, and my destiny is here." Tesla continued working at the Pittsburgh lab until 1899 when he moved to New York City. Here he opened a new lab and continued experimenting with wireless technology. Unfortunately, this is where his health began to deteriorate. Tesla suffered from obsessive-compulsive disorder and became increasingly reclusive. His condition worsened after his lab burned down in 1901. Unable to work, Tesla spent most of his time touring Europe and socializing with royalty. After World War I, Tesla returned to New York and continued experimenting with new inventions. But his mind was no longer sharp enough to handle complex projects. In 1926, at the age of 70, Tesla suffered a debilitating stroke. This marked the beginning of the end for the brilliant inventor. On January 7, 1943, Nikola Tesla died of a second stroke at the age of 86. He left behind a legacy of innovation that changed the world forever, although his name was forgotten for most of the 20th century. Today, scientists are rediscovering his hidden inventions and building new technologies based on his original designs. Number 0. Hidden Science Legacy. Throughout his career, Tesla held more than 300 patents and published hundreds of papers. But not everyone knows that he also explored concepts that were decades ahead of their time. Some examples include wireless technology, remote controls, and self-destruct mechanisms. Tesla was particularly interested in wireless energy transmission. He believed that one day people would be able to charge their devices by simply leaving them in an electromagnetic field. He also imagined a global wireless communication system that would allow people to talk to each other instantly, no matter where they were in the world. Although these inventions were never finished, Tesla's research laid the foundation for today's Wi-Fi and cellular networks. Another secret part of Tesla's legacy is his mysterious experiments at the Colorado Springs laboratory. There he built a massive 100-foot high tower and transmitted electrical signals around the globe. But the purpose of these experiments remains a mystery. Some believe that Tesla was trying to invent a death ray, while others think he was trying to contact intelligent life forms from outer space. What do you think? Was Tesla trying to invent a real-life Harry Potter spell, or was there something else going on in Colorado Springs? Share your thoughts below. Now check out, how does the government hide UFO evidence from us or watch? Why has the US given up on colonizing the moon?